So North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum suspends his campaign, now narrowing the field of GOP presidential hopefuls. So the next move, the battleground state of Iowa, as the remaining candidates prepare for the caucuses that are less than 6 weeks away now. Our Elizabeth Schulze and Jay O'Brien are tracking everything on the trail for us. So Elizabeth, no surprise that Burgum is out considering the polling numbers, but do you think there's more to it?
Well, look, when you look at the timing of this, Kira, North Dakota Governor Burgum had not qualified for the last GOP debate, and he was unlikely to qualify for the debate this Wednesday in Alabama. So certainly this is someone who had struggled to break through, at least raising his profile in any way to even get on the debate stage, which is a chance where he could have tried to elevate his profile to get into the conversation a little bit more. And in his statement announcing he was withdrawing from the race, Governor Burgum lashed out at the RNC. He basically said that the requirements on the debate stage are narrowing the field months before the primary start, and that this is taking power of democracy away from the primary voters in states like Iowa and New Hampshire. But at the end of the day, look here, this was someone who had served in the private sector for a long time before he became governor of North Dakota. He really ran on a message about the economy, as well as energy policy and national security, tried to hammer home his experience working in the state of North Dakota and how that could translate to bring those values of the community there to the national stage. But it's just a message that really never did ultimately break through. Kira.
So, Jay, what's DeSantis' strategy in Iowa now? I mean, he's still way behind Trump. So what is he hoping to accomplish, if anything?
Well, his most recent strategy has been to visit every single county in Iowa. Up here on Capitol Hill, they call that doing the full Grassley, in honor of Chuck Grassley, Iowa's senior senator. He just pulled that off as of this weekend. DeSantis is laser focused on Iowa. He's got to do well in Iowa. Sources close to the DeSantis campaign have been telling me for months that he's got to have good showing in Iowa. Trump obviously dominating in the polls in that state, but DeSantis has got to place second in order to show that he's got the momentum to be the GOP nominee. And if you're Ron DeSantis, that gets complicated by two factors. One, Nikki Haley is seeing a resurgence in early voting states like Iowa. So if you're DeSantis, you've got to make sure that you outdo Haley in Iowa because of all the resources he's put into Iowa, not just going to all the counties there, but also getting the endorsement of Kim Reynolds, that state's popular governor. The other thing that complicates all of this for DeSantis is that his PAC, which has been really the driving force behind his campaign, has seen a lot of turmoil in recent weeks. They've had leadership turmoil and turnover. They've also had some senior staff leaving as well. So that complicates things for DeSantis as he's really looking in these next few weeks before the Iowa caucuses to try to solidify his place in that state.
So, Elizabeth, if we had to vote today, at this minute, it looks like Donald Trump and Joe Biden will be facing a rematch, and that has the president hitting the campaign trail big time this week. So let's just talk about what's on his agenda and what is he hoping to accomplish.
Well, right, and certainly the White House expects it will be a rematch. When you look at what the polls suggest, the two frontrunners are looking like it will be 2020 all over again. So President Biden this week is set to have campaign receptions tomorrow in Massachusetts, outside of the Boston area, and then later this week in Los Angeles. He's also delivering remarks, Kira, in Las Vegas, which of course we've seen that's becoming a critical area with a lot of the in the last election. But you know, Kira, I think it's also really striking, not just as we kind of see these trickling of events come in. Obviously has not been a heavy campaigning season so far for either former President Trump or President Biden, but some of the issues, along with the candidates themselves, are the same. One of the big issues that's emerged just in the last couple of weeks is former President Trump saying that he wants to get rid of Obamacare. And of course, that was an issue when President Biden was vice president under President Obama. The fact that we're having this debate again about repealing the Affordable Care Act, that this is becoming, at least for now, a talking point, and we've seen the Biden campaign kind of hit back and say that preserving Obamacare is a key part of President Biden's message. It doesn't feel like deja vu just as far as the candidates. It also feels that way on some of the issues too, Kira.
A lot to follow. Elizabeth, Jay, thank you both so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.